Students, I am your biology lecturer. In the previous class we discussed about very important topic, that is the packing of DNA material. In that the very important one is nucleosome, structure of nucleosome, structure of histone protein, what is euchromatin, what is heterochromatin, what are the genome organization models, what is condensing, what is non-histone chromosomal protein. Okay, that is very important. Please practice that, understand the concept. Okay, today we will start another very interesting topic, that is search of genetic material. In the genetics or in genetic chapter, every topic have the connection with the next topic. Search for genetic material. If you completely understand the previous topic, then you can easily get this topic. Okay, in the genetics topic we already finished that. The genetic material, you already know that genetic material is a DNA, but in the beginning, in the 19th century, the DNA structure and function is not completely discovered by the scientist. Okay, initially at that time so many scientists did hard work on this topic to recognize, to discover the genetic material is one and only a DNA. Now we will learn about the history of genetic material, how the genetic material is discovered, what are the theories behind it, what are the who are the scientists worked on it. Okay, now we can start with the history of genetic material, that is a search for the genetic material. How the genetic material is discovered, how it is identified, or what are the, how many theories are behind this one. Okay, we will start with the father of taxonomy, that is a Mendel. You know that in the genetics topic we already discussed about the scientist J.J. Mendel is a father of genetics. In the 1851 he discovered the law of inheritance. Okay, during that process you already know that Mendel worked on a pea plant, did the many artificial hybridization experiments. Okay, in that by the experiments he gave the 3 laws of inheritance. Okay, based on that laws Mendel called the substance which is very necessary for the inheritance of characters. ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸು ಬಹಳ ನೆಸಸರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಮೆಂಡಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ದಟ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಲೇಟರ್ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಜೀನ್ಸ್. ಜೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಮೆಂಡಲ್ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಜೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಮೆಂಡಲು. ಲೇಟರ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಮೆಂಡಲ್ discovery, another scientist discovered the gene. Okay, but Mendel called the substance which is very helpful for inheritance as a factor. Okay, he gave the law of inheritance. Then after his law of inheritance, later Sultan and Poveri, these are the 2 scientists gave the chromosomal theory of inheritance. Here I will write chromosomal theory of inheritance. We already discussed in the genetics chapter. Okay, Sultan and Poveri worked on the inheritance pattern, and according to their theory The chromosomes are the main thing for the inheritance of character. Something which is present on the chromosome, it is very necessary for the inheritance. They mentioned the genes. Genes are present on the chromosome. They are very necessary for the inheritance of characters. Later, Thomas Morgan worked on a Drosophila. Okay. He identified and discovered linkage and recombination. By his experimental linkage and recombination, it is confirmed as something which is present in the chromosome. It's very necessary for the variation or the similarity between parents and offsprings, and variation between offsprings and similarity and the differences is based on the linkage and recombination. It is discovered by the one of the scientists, Thomas Morgan. Next, after this, in the 1920s, another scientist, his name is Friedrich Miescher discovered the substance which is present in the nucleus. Here I will write full name, Friedrich Miescher. He was a doctor. In the 1920s. Okay. He always treat the patients with wounds. Okay. He have the habit to collect the pus cells collection by his patients. Friedrich Miescher ಡಾಕ್ಟರು ಅವರು ಹತ್ರ ಬರ್ತಿರೋ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸಿಂದ ಪಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೀವು, ಒಂದು ಗುಳ್ಳಿ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಕೀವು ತುಂಬಿಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ ಟು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಪಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ microscopic examination. ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ನೋಡಿ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. One fine day, he discovered the substance which is present in every pus cell in central with dark color. ಒಂದಿನ ಪಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ, ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪಸ್ ಸೆಲ್. One fine day, he collected pus cell. He discovered the something which is present exactly in the middle of pus cell. He called the dark color one is a nuclein. Which is present inside the every cell. Later, he mentioned that it is acidic in nature. Okay. Then after Friedrich Miescher, James Watson and Crick discovered about DNA structure. Okay, complete discovery of DNA is by the James Watson and Crick. Okay, but after the discovery of DNA also, the actual role of the DNA is not yet discovered. It is discovered by the another scientist, the great scientist. His name is Frederick Griffith. Frederick Griffith is a British scientist. He started working on genetic material discovery. Actually, unfortunately, he identified the genetic material as a DNA, but he was a scientist, British scientist. He was working on Streptococcus pneumonia bacteria. Streptococcus pneumonia bacteria, which causes pneumonia disease. Pneumonia disease. He was actually working on the pneumonia disease treatment. That's why he started discovering the structure of Streptococcus and starts growing. He was involved in discovery of structure of Streptococcus. At that time, he started culturing the Streptococcus bacteria in the laboratory. Okay. In laboratory, Frederick Griffith observed that there are two strains of bacteria. This is the bacteria. Two strains of bacteria are there. There are two strains, types. Okay. First one, that is a S strain. Second one, that is the R strain bacteria. S strain bacteria is also known as smooth strain. R strain is also known as rough strain, smooth strain and a rough strain. S strain, first understand the basics. Okay. S strain is a bacteria. Coccus means it have the circular shape. Streptococcus have the many coccus. S strain is a bacteria which have the protective layer. It have the smooth capsule. A strain is a bacteria which have the one of the protective layer, that is a capsule made by mucopolysaccharide, or we can say that is a glycocalyx, which protects the bacteria from antibodies. Here I will mention which protects bacteria from antibodies. Antibodies in the protect martada, that is a capsule. Okay. This capsule have the this S strain have S strain ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು smooth strain. Okay, because of presence of the capsule which protects the bacteria from antibody. Antibody unable to kill the S strain bacteria. ಈ antibodies S strain ಅನ್ನು kill ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ because it is protected. Okay, that's why it causes disease. ಇದನ್ನ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ. ಇದನ್ನೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ವಿರುಲೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ. ವಿರುಲೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ. S strain bacteria is a virulent bacteria. Okay, next. Another strain, that is R strain or the rough strain. Okay. Here the body of Coccus bacteria doesn't have any covering, no capsule, means unable to save from antibody. Antibodies can kill the R strain. Okay, then it unable to cause disease. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಆಂಟಿಬಾಡೀಸು ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇನ್ ಕಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತಾವೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ unable to kill the, it unable to cause the disease, it known as the virulent bacteria. Okay, these are the two strains of bacteria which is observed by the Frederick Griffith in the year 1920. Okay, when the Streptococcus pneumoniae bacteria are grown on the culture plate, he started working on the different forms of experiment. Okay, actually Griffith, here I will mention, this experiment is also known as the Griffith experiment. Griffith did his experiment in 3 steps. Firstly, he 3 steps I will mention here. First one, firstly he collected S strain, okay, and injected to the live mouse. Okay, live mouse ಗೆ S strain ಅನ್ನು ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, here I will symbolically write S strain inject to, okay, I am trying to draw the mouse, then it will very easy to remember. Okay, this is our mouse, this is a live. Okay, no eyes for this mouse, I will, okay, this is a cute mouse. He did work experiment on the mouse. Okay, live mice. Okay, then as a result of this one, when S strain is nothing but the, it able to cause the disease. When it is injected to the live mouse, after that the mice is died. Mice is died after injecting the S strain. Okay, injected to mouse, after that mice is died. Okay, then in the first step only, he took the R strain and inject to mice as a result of this one. Mice is full happy. Now here I will write a big guy of mice. It's very happy now because it is live. Okay. With the happiness it becomes bigger. Mice live, alive mice. Okay, done. In the part second, by this step he conclude that S strain is having the ability to cause the disease, that is the pneumonia. It is one of the respiratory disorder. It causes the infection in the lungs, ultimately it causes the death. Okay. S strain is only the strain which causes the death in the mice. It is able to cause the disease. R strain is a rough strain. It is unable to cause the disease because it is avirulent. It does not have any capsule. That is why it is killed by the antibodies which are present in the mice. That is why the mice is live. Okay. In the next step, it is most interesting. In the next step, Griffith took S strain bacteria and heated then heat killed S strain bacteria was injected to mice. Firstly, Griffith collect the S strain and he started heating the S strain bacteria and then he injected the S strain bacteria to the heat killed S strain bacteria. This is very important. Heat killed S strain bacteria to the mice. Here we can mention that heat killed S strain inject to mice. This time the mice is so happy because even though after injecting the S strain the mice is still alive. The mice is live. This time it is very happy. Then, according to this, he noted on that after heat kill, after boiling the S strain bacteria, it unable to cause the disease. Means the something which is present in the S strain, it is destroyed after the heating of bacteria. Then after that, in the second step, he mixed in the second step, he mixed heat killed S strain plus R strain. Okay. He mixed both S strain and R, that is the S strain, heat killed S strain and R strain, and inject to mice. This time the mice is very poor because this is the last chance of the mice. It died because of the pneumonia. Because of pneumonia, the mice is died. Mice died because of causing the tumor. Okay. Here you have to remember the heat killed S strain, but R strain is live. Still R strain is live. There is no heat killed R strain. Only the S strain is heat killed. Means by previous experiment, Griffith observed that after heat killing, the S strain is unable to cause the disease. But when he mixed the S strain and R strain, the action of S strain is again seen in the mice. Means after mixture of S strain and R strain, mice is died because something which is present in the R, it is transferred to the something which is present in the S strain, it is transferred to the R strain. That's why he observed the death of the mice. He recovered living S bacteria from the died mice. Okay. After this experiment, he discovered that S bacteria from the died mice. He confirmed this experiment by rediscovering of S strain in the mice. Okay. He concluded that R strain bacteria had somehow been transferred by the heat kill S strain bacteria. By this experiment, Griffith conclude that something which transfer from heat killed S strain to live R strain, that is known as transforming principle. Transforming principle. He thought that something means any substances, one of the substance which is present in the S strain, it is going to be transferred to R strain and cause the R strain becomes virulent. Means S strain share or transfer something to make the R strain virulent. He called that is the transforming principle, or it is the genetic material. Genetic material. But he didn't mention DNA is only a genetic material. He thought that something which is present in the R strain, heat killed R strain bacteria transfer the heat killed S strain bacteria transfer the R strain to make R strain virulent and causes the bacteria, is known as a genetic material. Okay. Means, however, the biochemical nature of genetic material was not defined from his experiment. By Griffith, the biochemical nature of genetic material is not defined by Griffith by his experiment. We can say that he initiated the experiment, but he is unable to define the which is the genetic material. He is unable to discover the actual genetic material. Okay. This is all about the Griffith experiment. Griffith did the experiment in the 3 steps. Firstly, he injected estrogen due to the capsule. The estrogen causes the disease in the mice, that is why mice is die. Then R strain, when injected to the mice is live. Then in the second step, Griffith took the estrogen bacteria and heat killed. Then he injected, the mice is live. When he started mixing heat killed estrogen with R strain, then mice is died because something which is present in the S strain, it is transferred to R strain to cause the R strain virulent. That is why it causes the pneumonia. Ultimately, it causes the death in mice. Okay. By the Griffith experiment, he unable to discover the genetic material. What is the biochemical nature and which one is the genetic material, he is unable to discover by his experiment. Okay. This is a conclusion of the genetic material. In the next class, we will discuss about biochemical characterization of genetic material. This is one of the theory, this is one of the experiment which starts the discovery, which in the initial time of discovering of the genetic material. Okay. In the next class, we will discuss about another experiment for the search of genetic material. Thank you.